There's my friend Steve. Steve, say hi to everybody. Hey guys, how's it going?
Who am I under this mask? What am I becoming? Every time I put it on, part of myself dies. Will I ever be free of this own prison that I've made? My own hell?
Hey, come shoot the Makarov. Oh,
Yo, hold up.
Headshot. Finish him.
It's time to talk one-on-one with everyone here. Listen carefully, bros. This is the revolution. Everybody asking, what the fuck is this about? What the fuck is up with those videos, cunt? You're fucking up yourself, cunt. It's a fucking act. There is no this. You mind, bro? I'll give you more reason to mind.
Right, so I apologize. It's been a windy day out, so if it sounds bad. Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the talking balaclava. Today we're going over a little fun gun near and dear to a lot of people's hearts, but that's gonna be the Makarov. Now the Makarov is a very interesting little piece of history, but before we do that, how you doing? I'm out here with NSWE again. They drove over from Tucson, so I have to get the most use out of them. Jared, thanks for coming on the show yet again. Where's Spence at? What's Spence doing? Oh, there he is. Hey, why you not in my Makarov video?
I don't know. I was just kind of laying here and I had a blood diamond carbine in my hands, so.
I kind of need you for showbiz. All right, hey, so the thing is I'm no expert on the Makarov system, okay? But Jared here, he claims to be the know-it-all, in a good way. Jared, take it away about the Makarov, please.
Sure, so I bet most of us that are watching probably got the introduction to the Makarov from Call of Duty. I know I did. One of the first things you notice when shooting it, at least in the video game, is that it has like a very interesting, almost backwards looking recoil impulse. It shoots 9x18 Makarov. And the very interesting thing about this cartridge is it's not really snappy, but it really feels like you're shooting a laser gun, and it just tosses the cases. And we'll probably see that in your footage, but very interesting gun to shoot. Double action, single action gun. You got one safety decocker right here. This one is unloaded, by the way, for all the safety people out there in the comments.
You can always look down the barrel and check it, right?
Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and do that?
That's a joke. YouTube's gonna demonetize this.
The magazine's kind of weird. It holds 8 rounds. You push this back and then you can pull it out. This portion here is to attach a lanyard. I actually do have one. Some people called it a leash, which is pretty funny. I really don't know why you'd put it on a lanyard. That to me is a little bit of a mystery. We got the modern black grips on here. This is a Bulgarian model, manufactured in 1988. Yeah, very interesting, nice bluing, sweet shooter. A couple interesting things that I found out. This is a different color. It's just part of the bluing process on the hardened items. I learned that from a welder who's a metallurgical expert. He said something about that. I'm certainly not an expert in that category.
666.
But yeah, and then to take it down, which we were just doing, you actually can pull the trigger guard down, and then you pull the slide out.
Hey, can you go ahead and can you show us that?
Yeah. So you pull it out, just kind of set it that way. I'll hope we're on safe. Cock it back, pull it out, lift it up, and it just kind of stays in an assembly like this, which is a little unorthodox when you're used to modern guns like a Glock that just kind of peel off.
Yeah.
So it all stays together. One big fat recoil spring there, and then to put it back, you just kind of do the same thing in reverse, where you put it over, push it, if I even can here.
So how you been? How you holding up?
You know, life's good.
How's your commie mom doing?
She's all right. I mean, she's hanging in there. Actually, surprisingly enough, I went back and visited a little while ago.
Yeah.
And she said that she wrote her senators a letter to, like, oppose David Shipman.
Based.
I've changed.
Based, commie mom.
I've changed her.
She sounds like a sweetheart.
She is nice lady. You know.
She's just like not a gun lady.
No, she's a gun lady, but she's just like a commie. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, with the guns, not
Right.
with all the other base stuff.
Gotcha. Your
And,
mommy's a commie.
My mommy is a
Commie mommy?
Commie mommy.
Ta-da! We'll get back. We'll get back to this in a second. Yeah. So obviously it's not the best takedown system ever invented, but I was just getting hung up on that last section. It's at a weird angle. He said I was an expert. I'm not really an expert. I don't take this thing down.
You know more than I do.
But big chimp on the channel.
True.
Sometimes, we don't know how to put stuff together that we took apart, which is okay. We figured it out in the end. Interesting mag. This one's a little different too. Most guns use the follower to engage the slide stop. This one doesn't. It actually has a little tab over here that pushes on it, so that's pretty susceptible to failure, but you can kind of play with the angle and everything. If it didn't lock back, oftentimes righties, I don't have a problem because I shoot lefty, but the slide stop here, it's easy to ride your thumb on and then hold it so it doesn't lock back on the last round.
Yeah, when I was shooting it, let me see this mug. So me personally, I'm never gonna EDC this. I'll never carry this. I'm gonna use it in harm's way. But I think this is a good little piece of collection to have if you have like the whole com block setup where you're big into AKs, RPDs, PKMs. It's a nice little coup d'etat, little finishing touch. I mean, worst case, yeah, it's still a firearm. You can still put someone down with it, but I don't see myself personally doing it. The sights suck. Reminds me kind of the Walther PPKS. And that lineage of family kind of feels maybe did they rip this off from the Walther line?
I'm sure the Russians ripped a lot of stuff off from the Germans. No hate. I mean, obviously, I love the stuff that they create, but well.
Gentlemen, hey, if you enjoyed this video, hold it for the camera, please. If you enjoyed this video in the channel, feel free to like, subscribe, support the channel any way, shape, or form. Your comments are a sacrifice to the algorithm god, a god of which who is, come here, get in frame. A god of which who is salty and likes Black Sea calamari, no, the fish eggs? Caviar. A god who is salty and likes Black Sea caviar. Your support for the channel is much appreciated. I know you're watching this from the toilet. As always, gentlemen, have a good one.